Hello, my name is Jamie Reed, and for this assignment I chose option number 4, and for the recommendations based on theoretical concepts portion, I'll be focusing on chapter 3, specifically on the concept of tracking. To begin, I'll give you a brief cultural profile of the student. He's a Hispanic 5-year-old male. He is bilingual. He lives in a small town in South Arkansas of less than about 230 people. His socioeconomic status is lower class. He lives at home with his mother, 2 brothers, ages 11 and 9, and 2 sisters, ages 13 years old and 18 months. His father lives in Mexico and only comes home during the summer months. He is non-disabled. Due to growing up in a Hispanic household, however, he does have language delays. His mother speaks very little broken English. His siblings are bilingual. At times he'll struggle to find the correct word and sometimes speak in Spanish when he's having difficulties. He's behind his peers due to his bilingual upbringing, but has not qualified for speech at this time. His siblings, who also attend the school and have since they were in kindergarten, are all on track as far as their language development. And after speaking with the speech therapist, she feels certain he will catch up, although he will be reevaluated at the end of the year to possibly see about services for next year. Moving on, I'll describe the issue that we're having with the student. As previously stated, he's behind his peers as far as language and reading. At the beginning of the year, he was well behind his peers as far as just letter recognition and sounds. He's put in a lot of work. His siblings are very supportive, and I think they help him quite a bit at home. And he's caught up with this, but now he's struggling with phonics and kind of putting it all together. He seems to be on track with his math concepts, so really just the language and reading issues are the things that we're having with this student as far as academics. So for specific recommendations for providing support for this student's learning issues, we have grouped or tracked him at a table with those students that are closest to him as far as based on test scores as far as reading and math and numbers. When we do centers, however, though, we rotate this student as well as all of the students into a group of students that have mixed ability. So this way there's a level of peer tutoring within the group, and that seems to work out really well. So as previously mentioned, the student is highly motivated to learn. He also looks a great deal to his peers for help and acceptance both academically and socially. So moving on to recommendations based on theoretical concepts. Like I said, I'm focusing on chapter 3, but specifically on that idea of tracking. For this child, grouping him with students of the same level of letter recognition, phonics, math skills has worked really well for him. I feel like at his table doing work and assignments, he isn't afraid to speak up and ask for help because the others around him are struggling as well. He enjoys asking either for help from myself or from the teacher, and then he uses that to help the other 2 to 3 students that are at his table. They're a lot more reserved, so it kind of gives him a confidence boost where he's able to be the one to help them. We also use what we call at our school untracking with this student as well as all the others. During centers, we move all of the students around into groups of children with mixed abilities. So they break out into these centers or groups 2 to 3 times a day for different tasks. This helps out a great deal because he's able to watch the students that are above him academically, and then he can kind of mimic and complete the tasks most of the time without the teacher assistance. So again, that gives him a confidence boost that he's able to kind of do things on his own, but it's really, with the help of his peers. In conclusion, I feel that this student greatly benefits from both tracking and what we call untracking. For me as a paraprofessional this year, I've had an opportunity to work alongside 2 wonderful kindergarten teachers. They have 2 different styles of teaching, but one thing that they do agree on is that there are a lot of benefits for tracking as well as what they call untracking. They like to see all of the students perform in the same as well as different ability groups. So as mentioned in the text, there's quite a bit of debate around the tracking strategy, but for this student, and a lot of others that I've seen, I think tracking has helped with his confidence as well as his academics. What they call untracking has also been great for him so that he can work alongside students that are above him academically, and he has that kind of peer tutor in his group to guide and assist him. I think there are benefits of tracking, but educators must be aware that keeping a lower ability student in a group of lower ability peers can have a negative effect. So there has to be a healthy balance brought so that all students are able to work with peers of different ability ranges. That concludes my video. Thank you.